Because we broke, boys, and we trying to go fast. This is Josh Scott's old intercooler. He's got this motor, but it's faced that way, rear wheel drive, and he's got twin turbos. So this was his old one before he went water to air. So this is two separate cores. And so now the slow, tedious process of grinding all this down slowly so don't cut into it will take place. We'll separate the cores, stack them, so it's gonna be nice and little, but fat boy. And it's going to sit right here. So the goal is to make this look like two brand new cores. That's dangerous. Hey! Day one, TIG welding.
Very nice!
Yes.
Okay. All right, my dudes. So I did all right for my first time welding. They're not anything to brag about, but it's cool that I'm learning something. We're gonna take these to someone who is much more experienced in welding. He's gonna weld the insides and then weld these to the core. Max and Morgan's shop, and they're gonna weld this up for us, and we will mock up the piping once this is all finalized. Not sure how good of camera work I did on the inside for you to see Max's welds, but on the inside they're great. The outside they're good too, but this core was really dirty, so just some spots were so nasty that it kind of looks like I welded it, but it was just the material, because the rest where it was clean, he did a phenomenal job. But you can see like right there was just nastiness. But then there's some clean stuff where the metal was happy. But anyways, he did a killer job. I have a TIG welder being delivered to the shop today, which I'm really excited about. So we're going to get this mounted basically. And then once this is where we want it, we make sure the radiator and this are in a good spot. we're going to run the pipe, and then we put a splitter in here to send the air down since it's towards the top so much so that'll help send the air hopefully evenly throughout the whole thing. Are you gonna tear it out or not? I'm filming. Do something.
No, there's more.
Oh. You moved it?
I moved it.
That's impressive. Let me get my gloves. Here, hold this. Hold this.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I was situating this nonsense, and he came over with a very sad face. What happened?
I done messed up. Well, I was drawing these brackets out because they weigh so much.
And what's below the bracket?
Apparently a gas tank.
Ah. So now there's a hole.
Well, I drilled the hole. I was like, smell E85 out of nowhere. And I was like, could it be that? And I smelled that. I was like, nope. And then I was like, oh.
Bummer.
I figured it would just be under the seat, the gas tank, but apparently it comes.
Apparently.
Still have.
Who this is?
Delivery!
Oh! What's up,
Hey,
baby?
you handsome son.
How you doing, baby?
Oh, he was not talking to me.
Oh, you too, buddy. I just haven't seen this guy in
I
ages.
know. How you been?
Good,
How are
man.
things?
Good, good.
Oh, shebang.
Dead body in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for me so I can watch.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's shade number 10. Yeah, the welder, not me.
Oh, maybe.
All right, so this is our new prime weld TIG welder, and I already hate TIG welding. Let me explain. So all night long, we did all that crap and we couldn't figure out what was going on. And then we started to kind of get a little better, but like there's one on there that's like, okay. I thought, okay, well, let's just try this. And no matter what, I was having a really hard time getting this to weld. Obviously the fitment's not good, but it was kind of a dummy piece. And then I called a buddy and he's like, oh, it's probably anodized. I'm like, nah, it looks pretty not anodized. Well, then I welded that right there and it welded fine. So this pipe has like a, and you can kind of, I don't know if you can on camera, but there's like a weird, like kind of haze on the inside. And so this pipe is anodized. So I'm like, crap. So then I ran one on there. That one's just dirty, I think. That one did okay. That one did good. So we have this straight, that one, maybe this one. And then this that we can use. And then worst case, I think that's going to be enough. But worst case, my buddy John, who's a master fabricator here in town, he's got a 3-inch straight. And so we could probably get that and then just do, I think if we just do 2 pie cuts to kind of just send it out and over, we should be good. We should have enough. So I'm going to cut this off, clean that up, clean these up really nice, because I did those without even cleaning this metal. So that's a solid sign of that the aluminum itself is good. I've been TIG welding for 12 hours, so I don't actually know everything, but that looks pretty decent to me. That looks pretty dang good. These are some practice welds. Those look pretty good. This was $700, brand new in the box. A friend in town had it, and lots of good reviews. Lots of people were like, dude, this is the best entry-level thing you can get. And last night I wanted to light it on fire, and today I'm like, cool, that's doing its job. So that one's pretty good. That one I think is probably my best. You can see here I was kind of having trouble with the heat going back and forth, but that one I was kind of able to actually keep it flat and control it. So we'll get there. That one's pretty dang decent, if I do say so myself. Pretty excited. Not a lot of you guys talk smack, but there's gonna be that much less reason to talk smack about my welds once I get this down.
Whoopsies.
So I still have no idea what I'm doing. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Check that out. That ain't too bad, eh? That's really a lot dirtier than I thought. I thought I cleaned it up. This pipe, so this weld I did, and that was the first one, and that one really fought me. This one was the second one, and it did pretty good. Thin piping definitely sucks a lot. So we'll see how this goes. All right, so luckily, arguably, the worst weld that I did is right on top, so that's awesome. Some of these welds look pretty decent. Some of them do not. We have sections of beauty, and we have sections of poopy. Poopy, beauty. Nina has been going to town, cutting weight out of this thing. So this door, we got to adjust it a little bit. But most of the weight is out of this one. We have to keep the window regulator on this side. And so he's keeping some of that extra stuff. What? Look at all of that he cut out. So all of back here, you saw me and him basically pick the thing up. All back here is naked. This whole side is naked. This door is extra freaking, you could tell how there ain't nothing left to this thing. So all this weight saving combined with hopefully a more efficient setup. Okay, so let's talk about this because I know there's going to be discussion. That's super small. If this was a street application, also, I'm just talking out my wazoo as if I know what I'm talking about, but I don't. So take it with a grain of salt. Argue with me in the comments because I'm probably wrong. So the theory is, if this was a street application, not a great intercooler design because the actual surface area that would be getting air to cool it is minimal. But the plan is to ice this down, and it's so thick that it's not going to heat soak in the 9 or 10 seconds that Mina's running it. Dyno session and intake air temp will tell us if this was a huge waste of time or if it works really well. Love to hear your guys' opinion on that. Obviously, we would have liked to do bigger, but we wanted to stay within that parameter and keeping as far away from that as possible. So now there's going to be a nice airflow going through there, pushing that air away instead of heat soaking this. We still have to do a blow off valve, but the flange for that is not yet here. We're either going to do that somewhere on this pipe or on the end tank. It'll kind of just be preference at that point. We're going to try and put the battery right down here, just get as much weight in front of these tires as possible. We're gonna redo this. Mina ordered stainless because now we have that bad boy. So the main part that you will see, I'm gonna try my hand in stainless, and it's gonna be 4-inch instead of 3, just because why not? And then we have to polish this. We're going to debate on painting these black or polishing them, depending on how this looks. I'm super excited to have this thing here. We got to go buy a gas bottle that size. This one is Manny's, and it's doing the job. But it'd be cool to have that, and then we don't have to go buy gas all the time. So we got to get that. This is all Manny's, his cart and everything. So he's going to have full access to come in here, use this whenever he wants. And he's gracious enough to let us learn and practice with all of his doodads that he had. But this welder came with the torch, foot pedal. Our friend Tyler bought a bunch of like fill rod, and it was kind of cool. It came with all these pieces of metal to practice on, different sizes, you know, little pipes and joints and stuff for you to practice on. So it was a pretty neat little kit. And so far, I mean, for me being an extreme novice, it's once everything was kind of, we were fighting these two, but once those were kind of at a happy point, it started cooking pretty good. That one right there, see how nice and flat that is? That's a pretty decent one. The rest are not. There's some that look pretty, like that one looks pretty, but it should be flatter. Those look pretty nasty, but I'm not mad about it. Those all look better than MIG welds. Let us know what you think about all that nonsense. I know we're gonna get critiqued for the size and all. Just let us have it. I'm ready to read some comments. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you next week.